Oregon Trail was originally written in 1971 for old teletype machines, but it's the version acquired by Mech and distributed on the Apple II and other computers at the time that's one of the most widely recognized and well-loved pieces of edutainment to date. It's got a simple premise, but the execution is anything but, and to this day, it remains one of the more brutal game experiences out there, educational or no. One might say it's the Dark Souls of You start out by naming your 5 family members and selecting a basic backstory to define your starting cache, acting as a sort of difficulty setting. The banker starts with the most cash, the farmer the least, but you'll get a final score multiplier for selecting the tougher life. Take your starting cash to the general store to load up on supplies such as oxen to pull your wagon, clothes, spare parts, food, and bullets. As you travel the trail, you encounter the various difficulties of families in the 19th century as they ventured across half the country from Independence, Missouri to the Willamette Valley in Oregon. Breakdowns of your wagon, illness, thievery, and natural barriers like rivers that you need to cross. Taking a ferry in this case is almost always the best way if you've got the money, but you can also choose to just wade across or ford the river, or caulk up your wagon and float across, but both of those will risk life, limb, and vital resources. More often than not, you won't survive the trip intact, as family members fall ill or die along the way. But as long as one party member limps across the final finish line in Oregon, you get a final score and a congratulatory message. Same goes for the tabletop card game produced by Pressman in 2016. This is definitely one you will want to play with a full complement of 6 players, as you will have deaths along the way. The first time Dan, Jenny, and I tried to play, we got the only 2 snakebite cards in the game in rapid succession not that far in, killing off 2/3 of the party before we'd barely started. We come here to pay our respects to Jenny. She tried to boop the nope rope. Here lies Dan. He tried to avenge Jenny. On our second attempt, we just removed those 2 cards. Something I haven't really been focusing on during this series is that nearly every game I've featured over the past year had to be recorded over Zoom due to COVID travel restrictions. So I've had to select games that don't involve hiding cards or anything more manual than dealing cards and rolling dice. Oregon Trail fits this pretty well, as the cards dealt to each player tend to be community resources that can be used to benefit anyone in the party, making it another good choice for remote play. After the cards are dealt out, you start to fashion the trail as you go, occasionally being prompted to draw a dilemma that the player has to then confront using their available supplies. If a needed supply isn't handy, you can trade 2 of your existing cards for the one that you need from the general store and continue along. Your only chance to replenish supplies being if a town card is played. Hunting in this version is handled as a dilemma that is solved by bullets. After 10 sets of 5 trail cars have been traveled, you arrive at the Willamette Valley and have completed the game. We shortened our round to only 5 sets, and it was a good thing, too, as I ended up dying just short of our goal.
What do we got? Cholera! Which means I died just short of the destination. And now Dan has cholera. Let's see here. So on the tombstone here, collared by cholera.
There you go.
All right. So that takes me out of the picture. It is
Sorry,
now.
Eric.
That's fine. Again, we all win as long as one person makes it, and we're one step away.
Right.
And that step is a town.
Fantastic. Does that mean we win?
Dan gets cured of his cholera, and that means we won.
Woohoo!
There we go.
I know I've got plenty of fond memories of this classic, and I bet you do too. Let me know here or on Twitter at TesseractUnfold. Meanwhile, like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll see you again next week.
Extreme cold. Bundle up and beat the cold with one clothing card. One round of play without a clothing card, and you have died of extreme cold.
Wow.
Can we just kill one of the oxen and climb in it for warmth like a tauntaun?
Right?